Going to be making my tofu scramble in just a moment, but I want to let you know how I start my day. It's Saturday morning, so I have a lot of free time. I start off by weighing myself, and I do it whether it's good or bad, no matter how much sodium or salt or bad stuff I've had. And today was a good reading. And I also take my little handful of vitamins, and this is probably a third of what I used to take. I've cut down on those as well. I just have, I'm back to iodine, which is Atlantic sea kelp, and selenium. I'm trying that again. And I also have magnesium, which I used to take at night, but now I take it in the morning because I take a medication in the evening and it kind of conflicts with it. So it's just easier to take it in the morning. And I also take a chromium to help stabilize my blood sugar. And then the last thing there, it's a amino acid, and I'm almost out of those, so I don't think I'm going to take those again. I'm starting my day with my 1 cup of decaf coffee in a mug, so it's probably 2 regular cups. And I poured this new hazelnut silk almond creamer in there, and I know I poured way too much in there, more than the 15 milliliter serving. It's probably like triple the amount, so I'm going to have a sugar rush first thing. And first thing I noticed, because I slept in a little later because it's the weekend, I've got a withdrawal headache from no caffeine. So that's the bad thing about being back on coffee every day, is that I get these headaches if I don't have it like I normally would around 7 in the morning. But that's okay. Like I said, it's 1 mug a day and I can live with that. And I'm going to be crumbling up the tofu and making the scramble. What I did is, I don't want to cook with oil, so I added some water to the frying pan, and it's probably a little much, but that's okay. And I cut the tofu in half, which would have been equivalent to probably I'd say a serving and a third, because a serving is considered 85 grams, and I think the package was 200 grams or 210. And I don't know if I'm supposed to cut off that rind stuff. I've never made this before, but if it doesn't cook down and soften up, I won't be eating that, and maybe I'm not supposed to eat it. It's a Mrs. Dash Fiesta Lime seasoning. I don't have any paprika, otherwise I would put that in there. I'm also going to put some chives in there, and I think that's going to be it for spices so far. I'll have to give it a test, and then if I need to add something else like salt, I will. This is the finished product. I have a bed of spinach and baby chards and baby bok choy on the bottom. I also grabbed a handful of zucchini, and I had roughly half a package of that smoked tofu that I put in the frying pan with water and added some spices to it. I happen to use Mrs. Dash Fiesta Lime and some chives, and then I put probably, I don't know, 1/4 cup, if that, of prepared salsa mix that I had in the fridge. So that will be breakfast this morning. I took a bite of it, and I've got to say it tastes really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm used to cooking and baking and frying with animal products, so this is really an adjustment for me. And how I started my transition was mostly through smoothies, and that is something that I will still sip on throughout the day when I'm home. Well, it's not good to do it with your meal, for one thing, and definitely not right afterward, because drinking in general just impairs with your digestion. But I just wanted to show you what I'll be sipping on later. I'm going to take a couple sips and put it back in the fridge. And this tofu scramble should last me till lunch. I think it'll be filling enough. And yeah, like I said, I haven't had any eggs or the odd cheese slip up when I didn't know there was cheese or yogurt in some Indian food. But other than that, I think I've been adjusting pretty good. And y'all know I'm not the best at recipes. I'm far from a chef. So it's been a bit of an adjustment, but I'll get there. And yes, I know there's a lot of YouTube videos, but I'm just frankly a lazy food preparer. Try to take the easy way out, but adding tofu to my diet, if it doesn't make me gain weight, it's something that I'm going to enjoy, because I do miss the taste of eggs, even though I don't want to eat them. Having a late lunch today because I've been a little bit busier than I planned. I'm going to have these 4 pieces of watermelon. I'll just polish off my smoothie, which is made of spinach, romaine, celery, and cucumber, and 2 cups of water. A little bit of ginger, and also have a little pineapple wedge and a few strawberries thrown in there. So I think that'll work for today. I think that'll work till supper. My supper supplements consist of a B12, a B1, a chromium, a B1, no sorry, that's biotin, and my nerve pain medication. And as I said in one of my early videos, that's the only medication I'm on because I've given up the metformin for the diabetes and I'm still doing well. Supper is going to be super easy tonight. I'm not putting anything in the oven, just too darn hot. So I grabbed a handful of zucchini, and I was going to save the tofu till tomorrow, but since I had to cook it anyway, I just sliced it up and I put some salsa on top, and I emptied the bag of my Benito's restaurant style chips. So I'm hoping that'll fill me up. If not, then I know for sure that So Delicious chocolate ice cream is in my future, and who knows, I might have more of that watermelon. I didn't eat it all, I only had 2 pieces from lunch, and that should be my day.